It's the start of a new reading vlog, and I have my puppies. She's so cute. And my Kindle. Hey guys, so this is really bad lighting. I know, I can't move. Darcy's in front of me. The TV's flashing all these different colors. But I'm here to introduce you to the new reading vlog of the Paranormal Romance Readathon. I'm so excited. It's Friday right now. I had to finish Sweet Temptation by Cora Riley for my Ravished by Romance live show, which is tonight with Lacey and Tamika from Library of Tomes. And then I can start my first ebook. I'm going to read Sacrifice by Katie Robert. It was $4. Don't know why. It's a novella, so it was like 150 pages and it was $4 on Amazon. And I know, I think like release day it was cheaper, and then it went up to full price. And then I also had to buy Mating the Huntress by TALIA HIBBERT, because that's on my TBR, a novella, and that was $3. And I'm like, why? But I want to support those authors and I want to read their books. They were just a little expensive. I'm also listening to Pleasure Unbound by Larissa Ione. I always get them confused because they have like similar letters in their name. But Larissa Ione I'm listening to, and it's pretty good so far. She's a demon hunter and he's a demon, and she has like demon blood in her, so she's like part demon. She never knew, and so she's trying to like kill him, but then realizes maybe he's not all that bad, and like reevaluates her whole life and what she knows. And he's like a incubus, I think is what they called it. So it's very enticing to the ladies, if you know what I mean. And it's decent so far. I don't like it. I'm listening to the audio, so I don't like when we get to like random character chapters and I'm like, who is this person? I don't even know, and it's hard for me to keep track of. But other than that, it's pretty good. I'm about halfway through, but I'm about to start Sacrifice, and then I have my live show. But I will update you guys, hopefully with better lighting, tomorrow on Halloween day. And I'm wearing my sweatshirt from Fugly Barbie, and it's Hocus Pocus. Look how cute. It's Danny. Yeah. It is Danny. And then she's holding Binks. And it's really cute. I love it. I'll link them down below. I bought it with my own money. I love them though. I have a mug from them too. So, okay, I'm gonna go and read some vampire goodness. Hey guys, it is currently Saturday. In my Buckeye gear, we play Penn State tonight. Wish us luck. But I am going to my parents' house. Please, if you watch football, don't go to huge parties. For viewing parties, that's been a problem in Columbus since last week we started. A lot of people have been getting together places to watch the game, and cases are getting really high now in Ohio, so be safe when you're watching football. So I'm just going to my parents' house. Literally, my parents' house is the only other house I've gone to other than my own and work during this time. I don't go to anybody else's house. So I am excited though to watch the game. I always watch it with my dad. But I am going to be reading a lot today. So I am halfway through Sacrifice by Katie Robert. Two guys show up, but she's only really not even intimate yet. Their intimacy is their drinking of each other's blood. They haven't been intimate other than that yet. We're finally getting more story though, and I'm about 45% of the way through, and we have a conflict now, and I don't know how it's like gonna be resolved, but I'm enjoying it. I really love Katie Roberts. I do know she has a Patreon. I think it's $5 a month. Tamika told me on our live show last night that Katie Roberts is, I think it's $5, and then like her different tiers, it's $5, $10, $15. If you pay $5 a month, you get every single one of her releases, I'm pretty sure. So that would probably be worth it. I did get some book mail I wanted to share with you from Valentine PR, which is a PR company. They sent me these three, which is very exciting. Rachel Van Dyken and Kristen Proby. I've actually met both of them at a signing last year, and so these look amazing. They're all paranormal romances. Super excited for Rachel Van Dyken. I didn't know that this was a book, so it is The Dark Ones. And this one, there's a vampire, King of the Immortals. Looks very good. I've never heard of it before. And then I got two of the books in Kristen Proby's Bayou Magic series. One is matte, one is not, so I don't know how they decide that. They're in the same series though, and I don't know which one's book one. Oh, but this one was released in 2020, so this one comes after this one. But I don't know anything about these. It's a paranormal romance set in New Orleans. So in this one, she sees the undead. She sees the unquiet dead who wander the French Quarter. That's really cool. Okay, so I think this is book one and this is book two. Very exciting. I'm excited that they're in New Orleans. I'm gonna definitely try to read them at some point. But I had to film my wrap up, so I'm gonna go and film that and read Sacrifice today, and maybe Power of Hades next, because I want to make sure I get that done, and I think we're doing a live show soon. I did post my Goodreads reaction video yesterday and people are loving it. It's getting so many views compared to all my previous videos, and I'm like, well, I'm glad I decided to do that because I thought nobody was gonna care. But it is currently doing over 1,000 views views better than what I normally get right now with my videos, so that's really cool. But I'm gonna go film my wrap up and talk to you guys later. Hey guys, so I am up in my loft and I just want to update you. I just packed for my parents' house as I'm spending the night tonight because it's a night game, and I'm not about to drive home at like midnight. But I just finished Pleasure Unbound by LARA, and it was published in 2008, so it counts for before 2010. And it was fine. So I'm giving it 3 stars. Whenever I say a book is fine, it gets 3 stars. And I don't know, there was like a lot more going on, but like not too much happened. So like she was part demon and he's a demon, but she's a demon hunter. So she's trying to figure out like if what the demon hunters are doing is right, what part of her is a demon, how is she a demon, and he's trying to figure out who's taking like demons to sell their body parts. And we still don't know, like that's gonna be continued on in the series, but the romance was good. It was fine. I just wasn't like in love with the story, so I'm giving it 3 stars, but I got 1 book down. I'm glad I read it. I don't know if I'll continue on the series. Let me know if it gets better. Book 1 didn't have me that much impressed, but I'm gonna start Kiss of Midnight by ADRIAN on audio. I decided. I'm so excited. I wanted to read it physically, but I have so many books on my physical TBR that I just can't do this one physically as well. So I downloaded the audio. I'm gonna drive to my parents' house. I gotta get air in my tires though and pick up something at Kohl's for my dad that we bought as a surprise for him, so hopefully he enjoys it. And spend the night at my parents. So I'm gonna finish Sacrifice definitely tonight, and also finish hopefully Taming the Huntress by TALIA Hibbert. And I'm gonna bring over Raven Song. I don't know how much I'm gonna be reading at their house, but I'm gonna be up till like midnight because the game's on, and then I'm staying until dinner Sunday because we have family dinner. So I have a lot tomorrow to just like hang out. And my master's class just ended, so I don't have any homework to do. So exciting. I get a week off before my new class starts. So, okay, I'm gonna go, and I won't update you while I'm there. I'll talk to you guys when I'm home on Sunday night. So we just got back from my parents' house. This is the reason why I have 3 blankets on my bed. 1, 2, 3, because they love them. But we just got back from my parents' house, and they went right to bed. Hey guys, I thought I'd update you guys with my babies because I don't want to leave them, so I'm in my room. But I did end up getting a lot of reading done today, and I have finished officially 3 things for the readathon, and I am in the middle of another audiobook, and I'm about to start another new book. So I think I talked about you Pleasure Unbound, and then I finished Sacrifice, and I really liked it. It was fine during the beginning, so it's Katie Robert, and I knew it was MMMF, and I think I talked about it a little bit too, but it was like good throughout it. It just felt very erotica, like okay, like what's the point other than them getting together? And at the end there was a twist, and I'm like, oh, I need the next book now, like right now. And it feels like more of a plot now, and it's like important to the plot, and I'm like, something's gonna happen. So I'm very, very intrigued after what happened, and something that happened because of what happened. So I really liked it. I gave it 4 to 5 stars. Super excited, again, like I said, to read the next book. And then I finished The Power of Hades, and I'm gonna give this 3 stars. So it is part of a series, so it does kind of end up on a cliffhanger. And Persephone goes by Percy. She's like a botany student, I think. Well, like someone, not botany, but like she likes to design gardens. So she is on her way to like a class and is kidnapped by Zeus and taken to Hades to be put on trials. But they're not like interesting trials. It's very like rom-com-y to me. I don't know how to explain it. It's like she realized where she was kidnapped, and I guess she had been there before. Like she had already been married to Zeus, but they wiped her memory, so she didn't know. And she's like kind of thrown in there. She's like, okay, and like doesn't fight it as much like as I would. Like, so she took it in stride, and then she had to do these trials, and one of the trials was like hosting a party. It felt very weird to me, and she just like was like, all right, so this is what we're doing, okay. And I'm just, didn't seem very realistic, and I didn't feel like the romance was as fleshed out as I wanted it to be, because they had a past. She still doesn't know anything about their past. She doesn't remember anything. Hades isn't even really in a lot of it, so we don't get like any romance in here at all. So it was just okay. Like, I don't know, it felt very kitschy. I don't know how else to say it. I just wasn't a fan of the book. It just felt much more lighthearted than I thought it would be and than what I wanted. So then I am currently in the middle of Kiss of Midnight by ADRIAN, and I'm really enjoying this one. It is kind of reminiscent of Dark Lover. So our main character, I'm blanking on her name, she like sees like a vampire attack, and she's like, oh my gosh, goes to the police. They don't believe her, and she's the only one who can see it though, so like there's a part of her that can see it for a specific reason. So then Lucan, I think that was his name, he's a vampire and he's like a warrior, and he needs to like track her down to figure out like what she knows, and falls for her and figures out a secret about her that she doesn't even know, and then he pretends to be a cop, and like he's not coming back and talking to her, and like things heat up between them. And then the warrior breed that was fighting against the rogue vampires, so the enemy is just vampires who go rogue, and they are warrior vampires, so they are old, and it wasn't really explained that in detail yet. Like the Black Dye Brotherhood was like super intricate history, and like I understood it a lot, but I think it's because I've read 18 books in the series, and so I still kind of need to wrap my head around like their vampire hierarchy system with like the warriors. They do like stalk the streets and like try to find bad vampires. It's fine. She just figured out that he's not actually a cop, so things are about to go down and I'm enjoying it. I like the audio, so hopefully I can finish it in the next couple days. And then I got one page into Raven Song, so I'm not even that far into it, so I have to read that. I did watch a live event by Fountain Books, which is a bookstore. They had a bunch of historical romance authors do an event, so we had Lenore Bell, Eloisa James, Sophie Jordan, Megan Frampton, Megan, sorry if that's how you pronounce her name, is Megan, and Diana Quincy and Olivia Waite. And it was a lot of fun, and now I really want to read historicals. So I'm like, I still have a whole week of Paranormal left, but I just want to pop in a historical audiobook, and I ended up ordering 3 of their books from their bookstore because we got a coupon code for buying a ticket to the event. So it was $5 for the ticket, and my mom and I watched, and then I forced her to watch it with me because I was excited, and she reads some historicals, and then I got $5 off, so that was fun. And it was nice seeing all those historical romance authors, but I really want to read a lot more historicals now. Like I'm super in the mood, but I have to finish all these vampire paranormal romances. So I do still need to read Mating the Huntress, definitely. And I don't know, we'll see what else I pick up. Hey guys, so I just got home from work. It is Monday. I have some reading updates for you, but I have to go work out, but I want to do this real quick. So I'll update you in my reading a little bit later today. I am reading Raven Song and Obsessed. Are we surprised? No. But I got this in the mail from Megan from Books and Boots on Instagram. She goes around a ton of used bookstores and finds amazing deals. And so I told her I was looking for this. This is Minx by Julia Quinn in absolutely perfect condition. And this one's really old. It's from '96. So not like really old because I'm older than that. But it is so pretty, and I'm very, very excited to have this copy of it. It's so gorgeous. So I'm excited. And then I did get my Hello Lovely surprise box. Becca writes a little note on every one of her packages, which is super cute. And I just ordered a sweatshirt for my mom from her shop. My mom wanted one for Christmas, so that came in the mail as well, but that's still all wrapped up. So this comes in the surprise little package, and this is for October, I believe. It is in here, and I'm very excited. So, oh yes, we got a shirt in this one, which I'm very excited for. So in this bag, I will go ahead and I'll pull out the books first. So we get, okay, this is really exciting. I actually have read both of these already, but these are both phenomenal books, so that's really exciting. We have From Blood and Ash by Jennifer Armentrout, and then we also have A Lesson in Thorns by Sierra Simone. This box comes with 2 ebooks. These are both amazing, fantasy romance and then polyamorous, kind of like dark academia, I feel like, romance. There's like weird things going on, so I like this. It's like at a church that their parents were part of like some group. So then we have, as always, our chapstick, and ooh, it is really pretty. So it's got the skull in the hand. That's a lot of fun. And this scent is a hint of black. Run for your life with a hint of blackberry. I actually really like blackberry. That smells good. Very fun. And then we have 2 stickers like normal. I bloom like a rose when I'm handled like a weed. And then we have another one that says fear. Oh, it's from Blood and Ash. This is super exciting. Fear and bravery are often one and the same. It either makes you a warrior or a coward. The only difference is the person it resides inside. As always, ignore my nails. I gotta repaint them soon. That one, and then the Jennifer Armentrout one, which is very pretty. I love that we get one of these. And then I think there's just the big item left, right? Oh, okay. So this one, it's a shirt, and which is exciting because you give them your size in case there's a shirt in the box. And so we haven't had a shirt since the first surprise box came out, I think. And so it says murderous little creature in the corner and has this design. So cute. I love it. It's got, oh, she's got a sword, and so it kind of really reminds me of For Blood and Ash. She's got a sword and then some roses or whatever, they're flowers, and the moon. That's so fun. I really love that, and it's so on point with the box. So this was really great. You always get 2 stickers, 2 ebooks, and a big item. So we've had a backpack, a tote bag, and other things that I'm blanking on. I can't remember what else we've gotten. We've gotten a t-shirt before, and then always 2 stickers, which are always super fabulous. I love the stickers and the designs of them, and 2 very popular ebooks that I'm super excited about. So if you haven't read these yet, this box is a perfect way to introduce you to some authors and get your hands on those really exciting releases as well, and I'm super excited. If you want one, my code is PEACE15. You can save 15% down below. I have like a million of their sweatshirts. They have a lot of cool stuff coming soon, so keep your eye out, and Hello Lovely, and that's what I have. So I'm gonna go work out and then update you guys on my reading. Hey guys, I'm here. Miss Darcy's in my lap, Miss Lily's right in front of me. It's cuddle time. My sister's at work, and I started Raven Song. So every Monday and Thursday for my guided reading class, it is a reading intervention class, tier 2, for students identified as struggling readers. And so twice a week we independent read. They get to choose any book they want, and teachers read with them. And so I read about 80 pages today over 2 periods. How did I forget how amazing TJ Klune's writing is? I feel like his writing is different with this series. It definitely has a different kind of voice than his Cerulean Sea book did, because there's just a way that they talk about things in this book, like with the pack and stuff. It's so good, so magical, so just atmospheric and amazing. And I don't know why I forgot that, because like Wolfsong's one of my favorite books of all time, and this one's Gordo's book, and I'm loving it just as much. And now I typically don't like character driven novels. I need plot to happen, but this is very character driven. We're building up the background of our characters significantly more than we are the actual plot of the present, and I love it. I love Gordo and Mark. His relationship with Mark is so sad. It's a lot like Wolfsong, except for less of an age gap. So Gordo's 11 and Mark is 13, 14. I think there's a 3-year age gap. And they like just really like each other, but don't know it's anything more than that, especially Gordo, because he doesn't understand even his sexuality. He's like, well, I've never been interested in girls like that. And he's like, I didn't understand what these feelings were. And so it's just they've been in each other's lives for so long, and then they started liking each other, and it's really reminding me of Ox's story, and it's so good. And it overlaps with book 1, so like they're going on their little trip in this one. I don't want to spoil anything for book 1, but Gordo's just so broken, and I just love him so much. And he's a witch, and Mark's a werewolf, and it's so good. So good. Bringing a lot back from book 1. I wish I read this a lot sooner so that I remembered more from book 1. I read book 1 at the end of the year last year and waited almost an entire year to continue on the series. I just, my heart, I knew I would feel this way, but I really just want to read this all night, so I might. I just had some ice cream. Tomorrow's election day, and I want to take my mind off of things until that all happens. I had to vote in person tomorrow. I was going to vote over the weekend, but ran out of time because I had to run some errands for my parents and didn't have time to wait in line, and I know the lines were insane over the weekend. So I'm gonna go after school tomorrow, and hopefully, since there's a lot more voting precincts open, that I will get in and get out pretty quickly. I'm gonna go right after school. It's a work day, no kids though. A couple of the elementaries are used as polling centers, so we don't have kids in the building when that happens. So I just gotta go to my polling center after school, which is by my house. It's like 2 minutes from my house. It's super close. So we'll see how voting goes. I'll update you, but I'm gonna read this and lose myself in some witchy werewolf romance. So I'm only 120 pages in, and I was literally tearing up over what happens to Gordo and with the pack and in his past. And I know he had a rocky relationship with the pack from the last book, but like didn't realize just how heartbreaking everything he went through was. So far, 120 pages in, there's not really a happy moment in this book. It is so sad. And I love Gordo's friendship with all of his friends and Marty at the shop, and he mentions briefly Ox moving in, and then just his experience with the pack, finding so much family and home in them, and then having what happened happen. Heartbreaking, so heartbreaking. What happened with Mark, I'm just like, like I get it and I don't get it. It's just making me so sad. And so now we have a year past, so I think maybe now we're past Wolfsong, possibly. We'll see, but I'm loving this. It's so sad. Are those my babies? Yes, hi. I just got home and my puppies are cuties. It was a work day at work today because it's election day, so I wore some Hello Lovely to work, and I got home. Well, I voted first and then came home. Voting was very quick. There wasn't even a line at my part of the alphabet, so that was nice. I was in and out in 5 minutes, got my sticker. We'll see how the results are. And now I'm home, and since it was a work day, I did sneak in a little bit of reading time on my break, which I normally don't get to do during actual school days because I have so much to do. And Lily's grabbing her ball. And I am about 240 pages into Ravensong. It's so good. The book isn't really focusing on the romance that much though. It's a lot more about Gordo being hurt by what happened in the past. There hasn't been a lot of progress in the current day about what's happening with their relationship. It's more about like stuff happening with the pack and the conflict there, because there's a new conflict with a new villain, because there's always a villain in these books. So it's really good so far though. I'm really excited to see the romance progress more, because it's really a second chance, because they kind of were almost bonded before and then something happened. I don't remember what's said in book 1 or not, so I don't want to ruin anything, but it's really good. And I just love this book and all of the characters so much, like the found family and just an amazing cast of characters. It's really good, but things are getting crazy right now, so I really want to finish this tonight. I said that last night, but I fell asleep. What's new? But I also finished listening to Kiss of Midnight. I think I'm gonna give it 3.5 stars. It was good. It was, I don't know how to describe it. The romance was good, and I did like the whole vampire society, how there are like rogue vampires and they could like be overcome by like bloodlust, and Lucan is like a really old vampire, and he's like worried that the bloodlust is gonna get to him because it just like kind of starts happening. And Gabrielle is actually like a blood mate, which is like really rare or something. And so I wish they had talked more about that, which they really didn't, but there was like all this drama and conflict at the end with some villains. So it was definitely entertaining. I enjoyed it. I'll probably continue on. Not as good as J.R. Ward Black Dagger Brotherhood, but like I didn't love the first book of that series either. I gave it 3 stars. So we'll see as I read and like get to know this kind of hierarchy and system and fantasy paranormal world more. Not fantasy, the paranormal world building more. I don't know whose book it is, but they do already have like established couples, which is interesting because they didn't have that in Black Dagger Brotherhood. It was like each couple got a book and none were really established yet. So that'll be interesting, but well, just one couple. But like we know how that turned out. So that's what I have to update you on. I did start Chastely Bitten because I was looking for Bitten by Kelly Armstrong, and this showed up in my Libby, and I was like, what is that? And our main character is a blood slave, and so she's human, and she has been raised since she was born, I think, until she's 22 to be put like on a market to be sold as a blood slave. And it kind of reminds me of like Handmaid's Tale, how they're like trained and how to act, and so she's like has all these rules she knows. And the guy who bought her is treating her differently though. He's like saying like, you can look me in the eye, like we're having dinner, I'm not gonna take you forcibly. So I don't know why he bought her, which is interesting. And she's like, who is this guy? Like he's not doing anything I was told he should do, and like I'm not supposed to look him in the eye, I'm not supposed to question him or talk to him, and he wants her to do those things. So it's very interesting so far. But that's what I'm reading now. And he's a vampire. So she's a human, he's a vampire. So that's how this is going. But I need to stroll my dogs when my sister gets home from picking up the groceries, and then I'm gonna read some more. Hello, you're so pretty, you're so pretty. Hey guys, so I have finally finished Ravensong, and I'm giving it 5 out of 5 stars. It's not my favorite. I still think Wolfsong is my #1, and I did though really enjoy like the whole pack and the family aspect. I'm not sure, like the romance wasn't as developed as Ox and Joe's was, so I think it's because Gordo and Mark have such a history together that we didn't really get to see a ton of them together until the very end. So I did like the romance in book 1 better, and I just liked the whole part of book 1 better, but I still really love this. I loved seeing everybody and all the characters I loved. I was so scared that someone was gonna die and like crazy things happen, and the humor is so funny. Like Gordo's super close with his friends at the shop. I love how close they are and how they just have a fun bantery kind of relationship, and they joke about things like right after they happen, and they're like, wow, we shouldn't be doing this, but they do anyways, and it's a lot of fun. But I never know if I told you, I have a glossy version of this one, which makes me really annoyed. I bought this year, and Amazon sent me the Dream Spinner version, which is not, I think, a thing anymore because Dream Spinner was like stealing money from everybody. So TJ Klune publishes it on his own now, I think, in matte to match the rest of the series. So I'm tempted to buy a new copy so that it's matte like all the other ones and the spine matches, because this one doesn't match. But I still have to buy the new book too. But I did accidentally read the synopsis of book 4 before finishing this. So like the last chapter tells me about a character that's going to be in book 4. And I was like, well, I should have not read that synopsis first. Really good. I really want to read book 3 now, but I'm going to put that on hold. I'm hopefully going to read it maybe this month so that I finish the whole series this year. Hopefully, we'll see. But I really loved it. It was so good. Comparing to book 1 though, not as good, but still a 5-star read for me. Really amazing. And I'm listening to Chastely Bitten, and it's fine. It's like, I don't know if I told you, but it's post-apocalyptic. So like vampires rule the earth now, and like humans are like their slaves. So she's like a blood virgin is what she's called, and she has been bred to be a slave. But because she's a blood virgin, no one can touch her. But like the people raising her are like abused and used by men. So it's interesting. He is using her for a purpose, and I'm not really buying the romance. Like, it just seems like he's using her and she's like, okay, and that's it. There's not really like romance between them. So we'll see how it turns out. I only have like 3 hours left of the audiobook, so we'll see. But he's like has to pretend like he's still like owning over her and controlling her, even though he's trying to break down all of her training of her control, because he's using her for something. I don't want to spoil anything, but that's that book, and that's how it's going. So I'm gonna start Mating the Huntress, Taming the Huntress, whatever the Talia Hibbert book is. I'm gonna start that, and then I also want to read Sanctuary by Alexandria House, I think is the author of that one. That's a paranormal vampire romance, and I forgot that came out recently. I know I saw it before it came out, and I was like, oh, I have to pick that up for the Paranormal Romance Readathon. And Books with Samantha picked it up and said it was really good, so I really want to read that. It's only like 80 pages. And then I still also want to read that Angel romance that I talked about in my TBR, so I have a lot I want to read soon. I have conferences tomorrow, but no parents are signed up for conferences, but I have a lot of failure calls to make because kids are failing. But that's a whole other story. And yeah, I'm gonna bring my Kindle though tomorrow to work, so to read on some downtime if I have any extra time on my hands. Since I'm not in a master's class right now, my one just ended and I have a new one. I've got a lot of extra time on my hands, so that's what's going on. I will talk to you guys later. Hey guys, so I'm here to close out this vlog. I got a couple things to show you, I got a couple things to talk to you about, and then that's it from me. But it is the last day of the Paranormal Romance Readathon. I didn't update you yesterday because it was conferences, so I was working from, well, I got to school at 7. I left my house at 6:30 a.m. and then I didn't get to leave school until 7:30 p.m. and got home at 8. So it was a long day, but I have something to show you. I got a couple packages and I did an unboxing already, so check out my unboxing video down below. But just to show you, I did get this blanket from Imposia and I really want to show it to you, so ignore my pajama pants. The designs are absolutely stunning. This is this one. So it's like a deer and it's got stuff on its antlers, and it's got a hood, which is cool. It's also got like lined inside, which I love, and if you use the code Jessica10 you can save 10% on your own Imposia blanket. The company did send it to me, so thank you so much to them for sending me that. You'll see it in an upcoming reading vlog as well, because I'm excited to use it. It's 70 degrees today, but once it gets colder, like November's supposed to be, I will show it to you and use it. But then I got some stuff from Wuthering Pages Boutique. They reached out and asked me if I want to rep for them, and of course I want to support small businesses, especially when they're clothing related. So I got 3 things from them. Use my code PEACE10 to save 10%. First one is this shirt that says Historical Romance Reader. I love it. The Bridgerton read along starts on Monday, so I'm going to be using this during that week. Then I got a Wuthering Heights sweatshirt, and it says whatever our souls are made of, his and mine were the same, and I really love this design. It's super pretty. I chose blue. You could choose whatever color really that they had available. I don't remember how many they had, but I loved the blue. And then they have this one, which I got in red, and it's hard to pick up on camera, but it does say Romance Reader on the inside, and I really just love the colors and how it's pink and florals, and it says Romance Reader. You can tell slightly on camera, but it's got that gray font, and I really like it. Make sure you use PEACE10 to save 10% on that shop. And then I am updating you on my reading. So I did finish 2 books since I last talked to you and read half of another one. So I read Chastely Bitten, I'm giving it 3 stars. It was fine. It was interesting. It really reminded me of Handmaid's Tale. Very post-apocalyptic. Vampires are ruling. The humans are just bred for certain things, and it's very corrupt, the system. And the guy who bought our main character, he's trying to change things. So it did leave on a cliffhanger. I don't think I'm going to continue on the series though, since I gave it just a 3 stars. It was just fine. It passed the time. It was enjoyable, but it was annoying because he had to act a lot around everybody because he didn't want them to know about his plan, and she was supposed to be his slave. So he had to like act like he didn't care about her, and she kept on thinking he was being serious whenever they were in public. She's like, I knew I could never trust him. Why did I think I could put faith in a vampire? And then it's like when they're alone, she's like, oh, of course you wouldn't have felt that way. And it just like happened too many times to me. So 3 stars for that one. I did read Mating the Huntress by Talia Hibbert. I'm giving it 4.5 stars. This one was really good. She can't be a huntress because who hunt werewolves, because her prophecy is that she will die from the, or her heart will be ripped out by the first werewolf she tries to kill. And so she hasn't liked that. And then a werewolf steals her sweatshirt off of her sister and smells it, and it's like his mate, so he wants to find her. But she only thinks that werewolves are all awful human eating crazy things, and they're not. And he's very tame, and what is the word I'm looking for? He's just basically human, except for that he turns into a werewolf every now and then. So he is in love with her and she's his mate, so it's their like romance. It was so fun. I really enjoyed this. I wish it was a full book. Honestly, it was, I think, a little over 100 pages, maybe 150 pages. Went by very fast, but I was like, give me more. I loved it. I love Talia Hibbert though. This was so fun. The only reason it's not getting full 5 stars is because I didn't get a full story like I wanted to. I wanted more, which is not the novella's fault because it's a novella, but so good. Loved it. So for this readathon, I also started Infernal by Lindsay Hall, and it's a Persephone, Hades and Persephone retelling. She is kidnapped in the beginning, and she hasn't been using any of her magic because she's known that Hades is after her. Her real name's actually Seraphia, and she is like adamant that she's not Persephone, but he kidnaps her because he has been looking for her and needs her for a certain thing. He's very cold, closed off, never had any love or romance or even a sexual relationship. He's just very much not interested in anything, and like he's weirded out by all these feelings he has around her and tries to ignore them. And he's kidnapped her, and she's like, I can't eat anything, I can't drink anything, because she doesn't want to get trapped in the underworld. She can control plants though, but she doesn't have a lot good control over her magic because she's not been accessing it because she doesn't want to be found by him. So that's their romance right now. He finally sprouted his wings, so I was like, where's our wings? I thought this was an angel romance, but he finally did sprout his wings. So I don't know if I can count this for an angel romance or not, but he had to like save her from something. It's very good so far. It's definitely a lot better than The Power of Hades as a Hades Persephone retelling. I like this one a lot more. Don't know if it's necessarily a 5-star, but it's good. But that's all I have for my readathon. I think I read 7 books. I had set out to be 11, but I think 7's pretty good. Like, not too shabby reading 7 books for a readathon. I didn't get to Sanctuary. I really wanted to, but I wanted to read Infernal to try to get that angel category out of the way. But I got all of them except for read a book with the word dark in the title. So that one didn't happen. I read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books. Yes. 7 books in 8 days isn't bad. I wanted to read more, but it's fine. Life got in the way. But that's all I have. Let me know how you guys did, and if you read any of these that I did, I would love to hear. As always, thank you so much for watching, and have a good day. Bye.